Hey, welcome back to Southeastern Woodcraft. Well, we just finished taking a look at partridge berry, and I'm looking around this area. It turns out that this place is more like a wilderness supermarket. We have another of our friends of early spring growing here. This is Smilax, also known as greenbriar or bullbriar. Bring it in a little bit closer. This is a wonderful spring edible. Emerges in early spring. It's fairly easy to identify. You're going to have different leaf shapes to the Smilax. Here's another older one growing here. On the leaves of the Smilax, they can be oval, they can be lancet, but you're going to see they're going to have a series of veins. All the veins on the Smilax run from the base of the leaf up to the tip. No matter how many veins are going to run up toward the tip. It's also the only plant that has both tendrils. Let's get a shot of those there. Okay, we've got some tendrils and thorns on the same plant. Okay, now those thorns, they start out fairly soft, but as a plant matures, they can get quite sharp. They grow up, have an opposite growth pattern, so you'll have one set of leaves on one side of the plant. You go up a little bit, and then there'll be another leaf on the opposite side. And a good way to identify them is that you'll have one leaf and two tendrils per set. Now Smilax, especially in the early spring, these shoots are very tender and delicious. They taste kind of like a cross between a green bean and an asparagus with a slight bitter taste to it. You can eat them raw, or you can steam them, boil them, cook them however you would green beans or asparagus. What you're not going to see is at the base of this plant, under the ground, there is a huge tuber. I'm not going to dig the tuber up. I don't want to kill this plant for the sake of show and tell. But the tuber is rather large and starchy. You can boil that tuber and mash it up in the water, and you can extract it's kind of a pink looking powder or starch that you can use to thicken soups and stews. It kind of has a slightly sweet taste to it. But the Smilax, or greenbriar, that starch was one of the ingredients in the original root beer. It was combined with sassafras to form the original root beer drinks. So there you go. Smilax grows all over the place, all throughout the United States. I'm not sure if it's on the West Coast, but here in Florida, it's everywhere. So get out in the woods. When you see Smilax, try it out. Just always, please, check with a local expert before you eat anything in the woods. Make sure you are positively identifying the plant. Don't do it just because Chris said so, all right? But this is a wonderful find, and it grows everywhere here. All right, we'll see you in the next video.